White House right now, the Trump administration faces two court-ordered deadlines to continue funding the SNAP program. Two federal judges are expected to hear from the administration today on whether it will use contingency funds to keep SNAP going for 42 million Americans.
Last Friday, separate rulings were handed down ordering the administration to either fund the program partially or fully for November. The USDA planned to freeze funding this month due to the government shutdown. However, the agency has a $5 billion contingency fund.
Millions of Americans are now without SNAP benefits, formerly known as food stamps, as the government shutdown barrels on.
And about 900,000 people in our state are feeling the loss of that benefit as well. KOMO's Natalie Fahmy joins us live to tell us how the state and city of Seattle are stepping up. Natalie?
Yeah, at 2 p.m. today, Seattle City Council is holding a special meeting on an emergency proclamation to continue funding city-contracted food banks. Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell, who is running for re-election, issued a limited civil emergency proclamation last week for City Council to take up. The proclamation allocates $1 million per week to fund city-contracted food banks either until the end of the year or until SNAP is restored. According to the emergency proclamation, more than 50,000 people in Seattle alone are impacted by the loss of SNAP benefits. And Seattle City Council President Sarah Nelson, who is also running for re-election, says the number of Seattleites impacted is likely much higher than 50,000. She says there is no time to waste taking action.
It is shocking to contemplate the experience and the harm that can be caused here with prolonged lack of access to food for families. We, as a city, need to step up and provide temporary funding to food banks right now. And the mechanics will be worked out later. But we need to step up and help our families and our residents here in Seattle.
This also comes at a time where hundreds of thousands of federal workers are also without pay and relying on food banks, some for the first time ever. Of course, we are just a few days away from this now becoming the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. Republicans and Democrats cannot strike a deal to pass a funding bill and reopen the government. Live in Seattle, I'm Natalie Fahmy, KOMO News.
And Natalie, we're expecting an answer from the Trump administration about restoring SNAP today, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like you touched on, two federal judges gave President Trump a deadline saying he must use contingency or emergency funds to continue funding SNAP even as this government shutdown continues on. That deadline, again, is today for the Trump administration to respond about how they are going to fund SNAP or if they are going to heed those rulings from those judges. Back to you guys.